with brand new Dragon Ball Universe 2 information, there is always brand new Dragon Ball FighterZ information as well. So we do finally have the confirmation that Bardock and Broly are going to be the first two DLC characters for Dragon Ball FighterZ, and it's honestly predictable. I mean, I've been saying this for the longest time. It's never an actual Dragon Ball game unless you have these two characters in the game, because they're the staple movie characters, and technically cooler as well, but primarily these two. But still, nonetheless, it's kind of dope to finally have Bardock and Broly coming to Dragon Ball FighterZ in the near future. But anyways, moving on to the left, we do see a bit of Broly in action, but of course we also see his stats. So his power is double S, which means my man is a brute, but his speed is a C. So he's powerful, but he's extremely slow. Anyway, his reach is double S, makes sense as well because he's a gigantic character. His technique is B, and his energy is S, overall making him an S rank character. I think this makes sense. I mean, even judging from his moves, he seems to have more so close quartered moves. You can tell just from his special attacks alone, but even so, the way how his ultimate attack looks, which is of course Gigantic Meteor, it seems like an ultimate attack that you can only do from, I guess, somewhat close to mid-range. I'm hoping that it has a bit of a longer range to it, because when Broly did it in the movie, he obviously did it from a very, very far range. But if this is how it works, it's close range, I guess. Granted, you're able to combo into it or whatever the case may be. I'm sure it's going to work out perfectly fine. But out of the two, I'm actually a lot more excited to play as Broly than I am as Bardock. And I'm excited equally for both. Well, okay, I can't say equally because I have that slight bias with Broly. I just really, really wanted to see how he was going to be like in this game. But moving on, we finally get to my man Bardock. And before I even get into the stats, I just have to say that Bardock looks amazing, man. Like, you can clearly see just from that image on the far left, he looks great. I don't know what Arc System Works is doing, but I'm gonna need them to stick around for a long while, because they're doing some mad justice with all of these Dragon Ball characters. But I digress. Getting onto his stats, his power is S, his speed is S, his reach is B, his technique is C, and his energy is A. So he's definitely a strong and fast character, but he has no fighting technique whatsoever. I wonder how that's gonna play out exactly when we get our hands on Bardock, because I won't necessarily say that he has no technique. I mean, he does kind of fight like a brute, but I mean, he knows what he's doing and he knows how to, you know, combo. But I digress. Once again, we'll figure out once we get our hands on Bardock in the future. But anyway, we do also get a glimpse of two of his super attacks, but the one that I want to talk about the most is his ultimate attack, which is apparently called Revenger Assault. Now, I've said this for the longest while now, that if Bardock is in the game, he's more than likely going to be on his base form, not on Super Saiyan, and that if he wants to turn to Super Saiyan, it would be for more than likely his ultimate attack, and that's exactly what's going on right now. Now, judging from the two images of his ultimate attack, it's clear as day that it's more than likely going to be that wild flurry of combos that he did on Chilled and then fired it off with that blast. That's exactly what it looks like, and I hope to God I'm correct, because if that's the case, it's going to look awesome. It's because, let's be honest, like when we saw that special, when he was beating Chilled into the ground and then he threw that blast in the air, of course, like in the special, Chilled actually retaliated, but when he did that combo string and then fired off that blast, it was amazing. It looked cool. So if Arc System Works can actually replicate that to his ultimate attack, if that's what this is, I'm all for it. And of course, like, Bardock does turn Super Saiyan, which is gonna look great with Arc System Works like style in general. So all of that is gonna be awesome to see once the two characters drop. And then of course we do have the last two things on the bottom. One being the actual official guide of Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is nothing new. If you got the guide, then you were able to get Android 21 right off the bat by, you know, just downloading her from the PlayStation Store. In the West, it was, I believe, something different. You had to pre-order one of the higher tier editions of Dragon Ball FighterZ in order to get her right off the bat. But we move on to the left, and we do see another thing that we've also known, which is the cross promotion between Dragon Ball FighterZ and Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, where in Xenoverse 2, there will be a Android 21 outfit that we'll be able to put on our female created characters. And in Dragon Ball FighterZ, we will get a Supreme Kai of Time avatar, lobby avatar that we can, you know, equip and just run around the lobby with. Pretty cool. And of course, the last one on the far left is something I actually didn't know about. We're going to be getting more music in, I believe, Dragon Ball FighterZ, but the two songs I see in particular, the first one I don't know. Obviously, the second one, it speaks for itself. It's Chala Hechala. But the last song is Dan Dan Kokoro Hikare Teku. I almost pronounced that wrong. That is the Dragon Ball GT opening song. And I don't know about y'all, but I love that song to death. I think that song is fire. And we're going to be getting that as more music, extra music in Dragon Ball FighterZ. I'm all down for that. That's awesome to me. So, all in all, that is everything that is in this scan. The main thing is that Bardock and Broly are both coming to Dragon Ball FighterZ. Kind of, you know, it was predictable, but nonetheless still hype because we finally get to see them in action, in the whole engine, graphic style, everything, and it looks fantastic. And of course, shout outs to my homies at Shonen Games for, you know, providing the scan and all that. But, oh man, I cannot wait to play as Broly. And it's gonna be kind of ironic because I know my homie Lotus is excited to play as Bardock. So it's gonna be kind of interesting to put the two, you know, against each other just to see who will come out on top. But let me know if you guys are excited about all this information in the comment section below. But with that being said, I'm Ndukauba. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.